Stage 2 of Operation Summer 2018 has started on the 3rd of August, and everyone's going mad trying to grind for the elusive IS-7. In this video, I'll tell you the most efficient way to grind parts, break down how long it'll take to unlock the vehicles using my method, and share a special little shortcut for console players and DMM users who can't use the marketplace. Hello you sexy beasts, and welcome back to War Thunder. Before we jump into it, there are just a couple of disclaimers. This video will be fast and rough, since I need to grind myself and I don't have the time to fully edit it out, so please excuse the lower than normal quality. I will also be skipping over a lot of detailed explanations and go straight to the results. If you are confused or you want to know how I got my results, there will be links in the description to the Reddit posts I've made myself explaining everything in detail. This video is primarily aimed at the players who already have a grasp of the basics of the event. Secondly, count this as a trigger warning. I will be promoting tactics that can be considered as cancerous by players who just want to play the game and don't care about the event. Thankfully, this will all end together with the event on the 13th of August, but until then, expect your matches to be awful. Alright, let's jump into it. The first question on everyone's mind will be how long you'll need to grind to get the T34E and the IS-7. Using my efficient grinding method I'll explain in just a bit, it'll take you a minimum of 13.2 hours for the T34E and around 28.7 hours for the IS-7, for a combined total grind time of almost 42 hours. That is if you want to go completely free without the use of the marketplace. Accounting for queue times and breaks, you'd have to play for roughly 5 hours a day since the start of the event to pull this off until it ends. It is a massive time commitment, let's just say that. So, how can you maximize your efficiency of getting part drops without going insane? You'll be glad to hear that it is completely irrelevant how badly or how well you play, as well as if you win or lose. The only thing that matters is time. Apart from that, you can do anything you want, vary up your lineups, play anything you want, and vary up to not go insane. Through extensive testing, I have discovered that there is a soft cap that limits your drops to 1 per 9 minutes. Occasionally you can get a drop earlier than that, but 9 minutes seems to be the most reliable. What this means is essentially this. If you return to a hangar when a match passes the 9-minute mark, you get a guaranteed part drop. This also stacks if you play multiple shoulder matches. For example, if you die in the first 3 minutes of a match and are forced to return to hangar without getting a part drop, you can only spend 6 minutes in the next match, bail out, and guarantee yourself a part drop. You can also play 3 3-minute matches and guarantee a drop on the third one. You can play a 5-minute match and a 4-minute match, you get the point. In order to keep track of the time of the match, simply type something in chat. There will be a timestamp next to your message. Once it reaches 9, you can safely bail out and guarantee a drop. Now, this does mean that you will have to leave battles early if you want to maximize your grinding efficiency. If you spend any more than 10 minutes in a match, you're just wasting your time, since the quality of drops does not seem to be improved at all by how long or how well you play, and you can't get multiple drops per match. So, to reiterate, spend 9 minutes total in matches, bail out and guarantee a drop, repeat the process. I have been keeping a track of my average material per drop rates, and by using this method you can get up to 10.7 materials per hour for the T34 and 22 materials per hour for the IS-7. You will need a total of 127 materials to complete the T34 and 516 materials to complete the IS-7. Finally, there is a paid shortcut for console players and DMM users, since they do not have access to the marketplace. Sadly, this does not apply to PC players from the Netherlands and Belgium. You will have to go through the entire and full grind if you want to get the IS-7, I'm afraid. Right, the players I've mentioned have access to this box in their workshop. For 1000 golden eagles, you buy one box which gives you a coupon for an item from stage 1. It doesn't matter if you own them or not, you can exchange the items you get for a voucher. And this is where the trick lies. You can further exchange these vouchers for 30 materials to speed up your grind. In case of the T34E, that's a time saving of around 3 hours for every 1000 golden eagles spent. But the return is diminished for the IS-7. You can almost completely skip the grind this way, but it will cost you over 20,000 golden eagles, and you will still need to grind to get the rare parts as well, which by the way is completely random and can possibly take dozens of hours on top. Thankfully, there is an item that not only makes it much easier to acquire the rare parts, but can also simultaneously speed up your material grind, especially for the IS-7, by between 30 to 50%. The metal detector, costing 1000 golden eagles for the T34 and 2000 golden eagles for the IS-7, unlocks the ability to gain a single rare material every time you get a regular material drop. You can use these rare materials to assemble the rare parts without relying on them dropping by chance. But this does not block your ability to get them, meaning you can receive a basic material, a rare material, and a rare part in a single drop. Now, this is useful if you're buying all the base materials for the IS-7, since it'll guarantee no more than around 7 hours of grinding needed to get all the rare parts. However, it is even more useful if you don't buy the parts. With the metal detector for the IS-7, you can get up to 6.7 rare materials per hour. With 2 of these, you can build the rare part called IS-7 cylinder heads, which you can then disassemble for 5 regular materials. This will boost your material gain per hour by 15, on top of the 22 you are already getting with my efficient grinding method, for a total of 37 materials per hour. This cuts down the time you need to get the 516 materials needed for the IS-7 after you have acquired the T34E from 28 hours to only 14 hours. For 2000 golden eagles, that is fully worth it. Finally, I'm not going to explain all the recipes for you, but I am going to direct you to my Discord instead. I have compiled a list of all the recipes needed to build each part in a special text channel there, as well as some useful links. The recipes are the same for everyone, so don't waste your time using the wrong parts. But this is it for today. I need to get back into the grind. If you want to see me using the IS-7 Gaijin has lent me to grind the IS-7 for full Russian biception, I will be streaming today on both Twitch and YouTube. In fact, I might even be live shortly after this video goes up. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the stream chats. But anyways, good luck with the grind, lads. And on a serious note, don't forget to stay hydrated and walk around a couple of times every hour to avoid an embolism. You can actually die if you sit down for too long. Be safe, alright? Also, stay tuned for an IS-7 guide both for the players that play them and for the people going up against them in the near future. My name is MikeGoesBoom, and as always, thanks for watching.
You can lift your head up to the sky, take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines with your shattered frame of mind. Or instead you could always stay. We can wait right here and play until somehow you can find